Hello students, welcome to Teachmint. This is Vishnu Kumar Dwivedi and you are learning with Shri Dev classes of excellent education. We provide you a best platform for every field of competitive examinations. So, good evening to all. Very Jai Hind. So, very good evening to all. Jai Hind Beta. So, in this lecture, we will move on some few concepts of, we can say, angles. What are the angles and what are the types of angles? Very good evening to all. Please share this session and spread these among your friends so they can also join us. All right. So we are going to discuss what are the angles and what are the major properties of the different types of angles. So in this lesson, we will go through each and every concept related with what are angles and their types among and what are the different types of properties of different types of angles and what are the angle basically is. Okay, so sometimes many of us are not aware that what our angle really is. So in this session, please be with us and we will move slightly after, we can say after uh, detailedly discuss that what are the different types of angles here. So it is a very important topic which is, we can say, is generally asked in the competitive examinations. So you will be focused, you will be attentive throughout the session. So if you have any query between the lecture, you will use your comment sector, that is. So each of every query or what questions in raises in your mind, you can simplify it with my answers. Okay, so let us start what today we have. Okay, so please give me 1 or 2 minutes so that I can upload my PDF file, and those candidates who have not joined us, we will wait for them. Okay, good evening. Good evening to all. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Radha Krishna. Okay. Is there any problem? Okay. So we will move and we will proceed away. Just a second. So here the site, the slide is uploading. Just a second. Please wait for a minute. Okay. So here we have that what today we will study, that it is a competitive and advanced mathematics. It is a competitive and advanced mathematics topic, that is we are going to discuss today what are the angles and what are their related properties. So please be with us at the last moment. Okay. So in this chapter, you will come to know that what are the different types of angles and what are the properties related with them. How are you all? I hope that you are safe at your homes and regular studying well. Okay, so just a second. I think that it is taking little a bit more time. Okay, after that we will move further. Till then, who have they can join. Okay, so in this class, I think there could be a problem. We will again upload. My voice is audible to you, or is there any problem? Tell me that. Okay, now it is completely loaded, na? Okay. So in this lecture, beta, we will for angles and their what are the different types of angle. So you will be with us, and we will behind every topic. We can take we can take just a minute. We can take this. Hmm. Okay, so we can take this color as okay. So tell me that what are angles? Tell me that what do you know about angles? And the previous knowledge that you have about angles. क्या समझते हैं आप एंगल्स और कोण के बारे में? So from the basics, from the zero of angle, we will move. From our daily life, we see different types of angles. Okay, beta. Form it between the edge of the plane surface. That is, if you are using your plane surfaces, okay, and in these surfaces, if you are taking an angle, okay, suppose that if you are in room and you are looking at your wall, okay, and there is a contact with the surface of the wall. So between wall and the surface there is an angle of some degree or radian. Okay, we will move further and we will get to know that what are the degrees and radians measurement of angle. So these edges of the plane surfaces, for example, if you want to make an angle, अगर आप चाहते हैं कि कोई एक हट बनाए यानी कि झोपड़ी बनानी है आपको एग्जीबिशन के लिए, you will have to show that hut in your exhibition, which is you can say which is inter school competition. So you would make it by attaching many sticks. What do you do? You will make it by attaching some of the sticks parallelly, okay, and some of the sticks perpendicularly at various angles. What will you do? That you will fix some of the sticks parallelly, okay, and some of the sticks perpendicularly at 90 degree. So we have to know, we have when we will do it when we have the knowledge of the angles. All right, समझे? तभी हम कर पाएंगे ऐसा जब हमें एंगल्स की जानकारी होगी, एंगल्स के विषय में हमें पता होगा। समझ पाए? चलिए, so the next example, when a architect map for multi-storied building. Have you seen when a multi-storied building or a building which has different storied, one after the other, three or four is multi-storied. That is called, we you can assume that it can be a mall, okay, it can be a restaurant, it can be a factory, it can be an office, okay. So there are different types of building. When architect draw a plane for a multi-storied building, he will do, he will he will draw intersecting lines. What he will do, that firstly he will draw intersecting lines, okay, and he can do with these parallelly, okay, at the different angles. When he sketches a map, so he will have the knowledge, he would have the knowledge of the angles. So on mapping a multi-storied building map, okay, on sketching it, some of parallel lines and some of the intersecting lines are drawn on the are drawn on a plain surface, that is a paper, okay. Without the knowledge of the angle, an architect could not draw a plain map. Here an architect should be aware about the angles to draw a multi-story building or a architectural map. समझ पाए? चलिए, now we will move some of daily life examples which are related with angles. Have you have you watched an architect engineer for designing machine for buildings, for roads and bridges? When they are formed, there is a particular use of angle and their properties. There are some of the daily life examples. Have you ever watched when a machine is designed? That is, have you watched a design, that is a car or an automobile is designing? So in this creation, architect or engineers use the different properties of angle. When a building is made, so in this we will also use different types of angles. When a road or a bridge is to be constructed, then there is also, we will use angles. समझ पाए? When a sports person or athletes has to enhance their performance, means if a runner if a runner have to move, have to run very fast, he will slightly bow his body, okay, what do we do? We will bow, or athlete will bow his body so that he can run with a full of stamina which is inside him. For example, a person must spin with a disc at a certain angle, okay, to throw it far in the shot put. Okay, have you ever watched a athlete watch a shot put throw or a javelin throw? Have you ever seen it discussed through? So all these are athlete programs. In these programs, different type of athletes throw shot put, javelin, okay, and we can say that discus. So before throwing it, athletes also uses different types of angle so that shot put, javelin or discus achieve its largest distance. So there is also the use of angles. चलिए, in soccer you must use a certain angles to pass the ball to the next player. What is soccer here? It is a football game. So in this game, certain angles should be made by the player to pass the ball to the next player. Okay, so there are some of the examples related with daily life. Have you ever seen a carpenter or an artisan also uses to fabricate what object such as sofas, okay, tables, chair or place. An artisan uses different types of angle to sketch portrait painting. A fashion designer also uses angles to come with the best output. Okay, and that is why it is important we learn the different types of angle because the we can say applicability in the different sectors of our daily life. So there is a necessity of, we can say, there is a necessity of learning what are the different angles and the different types of them. So here are some examples from our science. In optics, when we have to study the phenomena of refraction, in the phenomena of refraction, I have already discussed in my class. Okay, so you all know, beta, that when a light ray enters from rarer to denser, or vice versa, we have to use different types of angles for calculating the refractive index. What is refractive index? In optics, when we are calculating the refractive index, we have to know that what are the angle to the rarer when the object, when the ray, okay, when the ray passes from denser to rarer, the elevation, okay, the inclination, we can say what the angle for rarer and denser medium. So how we can calculate the refractive index with the help of the angle? समझ पर चलिए. When we find out the height of the tower or height of the ship from the light board, one needs to know the angle between the plane and tower for the angle of elevation. In heightened distance, we uses different types of angles so that to calculate the height of shift from the light board, that is a question of heightened distance. Okay, and the surface to the height of tower, we have to calculate the distance between object and the tower. Sometimes what are the angle of elevation, what are the angle of declination. Okay, that is called we can say onion cone in Hindi and onion cone. So these types of properties could be solved with the help of the angles. Okay, in this topic all these queries will be solved. All right, so there are a few examples we will discuss. That there are many other examples in our daily life we can be solved. We can solve these examples with what, with the help of the angle. And after after studying their properties very well. Okay, so we are going to next slide. That what is a line? It is a basicity. It is a basement of an angle. So, what do you mean by a line? A line is formed by when many point. A line is formed when many point meet in a same direction. How a line formed when different types of point which are in same direction. You can say that when these points are in same direction, then on meeting these point together forms a line. Okay, a part of line with one end point, a part of line with one end point is called what? Ray. If a line which has only one point is called a ray. And what is a line segment? Line segment have two ends meets together, it forms a line. When two line meets together, suppose that you have a line segment AB. Okay, just a second. If you have a line segment AB, okay, AB we have, and we have also CD. So when we are joining these two line segment together, so A and D, okay, so A and D is a line. Okay, have you understood that? Yes, Peter. So denotation of line segment. After this, after we have studied that what are ray, what are line segment, and what is a line, what is a line. So if you have any query, you may ask. So after this, we will move on the denotation properties of line segment and ray, how a line segment or a line is denoted by. Consider a line segment AB. Just a second. We will suppose that there is a line segment AB. Okay, what is AB? It is a line segment. After this, we we have to set to denote this this line segment mathematically. Okay, so what we will do, we will do, just a second. We have a line segment AB. Okay, we have to mathematically denote it. We will symbolize it as AB dash on AB. What we will do after, if we are saying that, if we are talking about a ray or a line segment, we have line segment denotation. So what we will do, that it is a line AB. If we are draw a line above the AB, then this denotation is used for line line segment. Okay, understood this. After this, after this, what we have? After this, what we have? We have to denote array. After the denotation of line segment, we have to denote array. That is, we again assume array AB. So we will draw a arrow, draw an arrow above it with a what? Above it with one headed arrow. So it is array AB. Okay, understood. After this, we have discussed that line segment. What is line segment? We have discussed it, what is ray, and after this, we will discuss that what a line really is. The representation of line can, if we have an a line with AB, an AB line, we have to denote it. So we will draw a two-headed arrow above AB. How we can do it? AB. Okay. So there are two-headed arrow. So A and B are the 2 points of a line. We can take it as a representation of line, segment, ray, and a line. If you have any query, you may ask. Okay. So a ray can be represented with, if we have AB ray, and we have to ask that please denote it. So we can denote it with a single headed arrow, that is on V. Okay. So AB will be denoted with this method. After this, we will move on our next slide. That what do you mean by angle? After this representation, we will move on angle. That what an angle is. Before moving to the angle, I would like to ask you something. Are you aware of intersecting phenomena? Are you aware of intersecting? What is it intersecting here? When two line cuts at a certain distance, okay. Suppose that there are two lines, we are drawing it, okay. So AB is a line, and there is another line which is CD, okay. We are drawing these two lines, and if we are moving on intersecting, so we are intersecting it with this, okay. So we will assume that an intersecting point could be what? E. So here, this phenomena, this process of intersecting lines is called intersecting at other at a point. So when two lines intersect each other at a point, you have you have seen that it is intersecting at E. So what we will do, then the intersecting point or meeting point make an angle theta degree. Okay. So this angle makes some degree angle, makes an angle of some degrees. Okay, if we are intersecting at this angle, so it the angle of intersecting the angle of intersection is small compared to this one. Okay, so if the angle of intersecting is high, then it can intersect on 90 degree, it can intersect on 45 degree. Based on the intersecting point, we will determine the angle in degrees. Okay, so there are two types of angle. Have you understand that what is intersecting or intersection of two lines? If these, if any two lines meeting at a point, they will make some degrees angle, and this meeting of the two lines is called intersection. Okay, intersecting lines, or this is called intersection. So if we are talking about the measurement of angles, it can be it can be measured with it can be measured with two types. First one is, which is very known, that is degree measure. Okay, so and one is radian measure. If you have given, suppose that you have given 90 degrees, and there is, I will also get to know you that what are the conversion of the radian and degree measure. So if you have given an angle 90 degree and you have to convert it with radian, measure, what we will do, that we will multiply it with pi by 180 degree. So we will we will calculate it, and what we have, if we have given 90-degree angle and it will convert into radian measure with pi by 2. It is very simplest form. If we have 45, so we have pi by 4. Okay, if we have 60 degree, so we have 3 pi by 2. So there are different measures of radian, measurement of angle. So how we can do this? By multiplying with pi by 180. In a position of this, if you have given a radian measure, suppose you have given that, please convert 2 pi into what? Into angle measure. So what we will do, that we will multiply by 180 upon pi. 180 upon pi. On multiplying this, pi and pi will be cancelled out, and 18 into 6, that is 360 degree. The degree measurement we can calculate by this process. So when we have to calculate the radian measure, we will multiply the degree angle with 180 by pi. Okay, so so 180 by pi on radian. Okay, when we have to convert it into radian, and when we have to convert it into degree, then pi by 180 degree will be multiplied with radian meter. So it will be converted into degrees. समझ आया? चलिए, there are two opposition. So these are angle form of measurement. After this, other definition of angle, we can see, if we are watching with different terms, then we have one two ray originate from a same point, say endpoint. Okay, if we are concluding that it is a endpoint and when two rays originate from this, okay, this is a single line, okay, this is also a single line, and here is it is a endpoint. So suppose that x and y, there are two rays which are originated from a point which is here somewhat. So it is an endpoint. All right, it is an endpoint, and x and y are the two rays. So what it is telling us that when two rays originate from same point, say an endpoint, between these rays, angle will be formed. Angle will be formed. Okay. So it is how an angle is drawn with the help of the two rays. Okay. After this, we will move on. We have studied that what is ray, we have studied that what is line segment, we have studied that what are the different types of uses of angles in our daily life, in science, in different types of sectors of our daily life. Now we are going to discuss that what are the types of angles. An angle could be categorized in various types. Okay, so these types we will going to discuss. And then on the classification with degree measure. This classification is based on what beta? Degree measures. We have degrees, different types of degrees. Classification angles are different. If degrees are different, then angle made will also be different. First one, what is first one? This is an acute angle. Okay. The second is right angle, or it can be also said as complementary angle. Okay. Then third one is obtuse angle, and fourth one is reflex angle. What is fifth one? Fifth one is an straight angle, or it can also be said as a supplementary angle. Then these two categories are also in the combination of types of angle. First one is zero angle and seventh one is complete angle. So all these angle will be discussed in this lecture. So be with us and learn what are the different types of angle on the basis of the degrees. Have you watched this figure? In this figure, we have two arms, and one vertex. Okay, so these two arms is two rays, and the end point we have discussed just now. Okay, so this end point is called vertex, and the angle which is between these two rays is what? Angle. It can be theta degree, it can be x, y, z. You can assume it with different types of letter, with different types of degrees. So O is here, O is an endpoint. Okay. So we will move that acute angle. There are some of the acute angle. Please watch these angles and tell me that what is the concept behind acute angle. What you are watching in these figures. In this figure, beta, you can watch that all these angles are less than 90 degrees. Have you ever watched these angles which can be above 90 degree? No, there is not any angle which measure above 90 degree. So all the angles below what? All the angle below 90 degree measure, or it can above with 0. If an angle whose degree measure is greater than 0 degree, or it is less than 90 degree measure. Okay, so this range is of what? Acute angle. Okay, if an angle lie in this range beta, if an angle lies in this range, then this angle will be called acute angle. Okay, acute angle measures with an degree range of 0 degree. Okay, so here it is 0 degree. Okay, and it is of 90 degree. So if an angle lies in this range, then it will called as an acute angle. The different type of acute angle is already watched by you, that it is of 62 degree, and it is of 48 degrees, and it is of 71 degrees. So there are the different types of acute angle. If you are watching this slide, in this slide we have a projector. Okay, we have, so we can protector. Okay, so it is a protector, not a projector, sorry. So in this protector we can watch that it is going with 330 degrees. Okay, from 330 degrees it is moving 380 degrees. So it is making an angle 50 degrees. So it is also an acute angle triangle. So triangle is not acute angle, he is saying. Okay, so these are some of the examples of acute angle. After the acute angle, we will move on the different types of angle. So the second one is what? A right angle. A right angle, what a right angle is? If an angle, if an angle, if an angle measures what? 90 degrees. If an angle degree measure is equals to 90 degree, then it is called right angle. How we can say? We can say if two lines intersect with each other at a 90 degrees angle, then angle formed between them will be of 90 degree. Have you ever watched a right angle triangle? What we are seeing here, that base and perpendicular are at 90 degrees. So in this case, we have what we have a right angle. So if an angle whose degree measure is of 90 degree, say an angle x, if it is 90 degree, so it is called a right angle. Okay, it is also called complementary angle. Okay, so what are complementary angle? If x and y is equals to 90 degree, if two angle whose sum is equals to 90 degree, then these angles are called complementary angles. If we are taking, suppose that if we are taking a 30-degree angle and the second angle which is of 60 degree, then the sum of these angles will be equals to 90 degree. So it is called, these two are called complementary to each other. So this is called complementary angle properties. Okay. If two angles are of 90-degree measure, then these angles are called complementary angle. There is a comparison between an acute angle and a right angle. So in a right angle, what it is making an angle with 90-degree, and in an acute angle we have degree measure which is less than 90-degree. So we can say that the degree measure of two angles are different from one another. After this, we have discussed that what is an acute angle. We have discussed that what is a right angle. After this, we have an obtuse angle. An obtuse angle where the degree measure lies between the degree 90-degree and 180-degree. This angle, friends, this angle is lesser than 180-degree, but it is greater than 90-degree. Okay. If an angle, suppose that we have an angle Z, and it lies in the ratio, it lies in the range 90-degree. Okay. And it is less than 180-degree. So what Z is? Z is an obtuse angle. Understood? If we have an angle whose degree measure is, suppose that we have 110-degree. So this 110-degree angle is an obtuse angle, while it is below 180-degree and it is above with 90-degree. So it is categorized as an obtuse angle. Okay. After this, we have some of the obtuse angle figures. Please consider them. Here is 116-degree angle and 112-degree, 168 degrees, and we have 94 degrees, and we have also 105 degrees. Please see them. If you have any query, you may ask. Okay. So in these cases, you can easily compare these angles with the properties of obtuse angle. What we will discuss in this property, we have discussed that if an angle whose degree measure is above 90-degree. Okay. It is above 90-degree and it is below 180-degree. So in all these cases we have degree which is greater than 90-degree, but it is less than 180-degree. So none of these angles is greater than 180-degree. Have you ever watched all these types of angle whose degree measure is 180-degree greater than? No, there is no. Okay. So all these angles are called obtuse angle. After this one after this one we are going to discuss that what a reflex angle is. What a reflex angle is. When an angle, please listen to me very carefully, it is very important. Understood? I need not any talking. Okay. If you have any problem, you may leave the class. So what a reflex angle is? When an angle when an angle measures with a range of 160-degree, greater than 160-degree, and it is less than 360-degree, then this type of angle or this angle is said to be what? Reflex angle. This angle is said to be a reflex angle. Suppose that we have some figures in our daily life. Have you ever eaten a pizza? Then this pizza whose two sides are eaten. Okay, so these two sides are eaten by someone. So the remaining part of pizza is represented with a reflex angle. Okay, here this person is doing some yoga and he is bent it in somewhat direction, which is what, a reflex figure. Okay, he is done. He is doing. We can say he is doing Surya Namaskar. Surya Namaskar. Okay. In this position, it is also representing us an angle of reflex angle. So in these two cases, you can watch that reflex angle whose degree measure is below 360 degree, but it is just a second. Around just a second, beta. Hello, we are back now. Okay, sorry for the disturbance because there is a rally. There is a rally just behind my house. So there is a noise. Okay, there is a lot of noise there. So we will what where we have left. We have left at a reflex angle. So those candidates who have left us, please come back. Now we are moving from our reflex angle. So reflex angle, beta, there is a really, so there are many lot of peoples. There are lot of peoples in that really. So there is a noise. There is a hazardous noise. Okay, that's why the lecture is late. So we are talking about reflex angle. What? Reflex angle. When an angle whose degree measure, whose degree measure what? Whose degree measure lies between 180 degree and it is greater than 180 degree and less than 360 degrees, in this case the angle will be called as a reflex angle, as a reflex angle. Okay, we have also discussed the examples which is of daily life. Okay, now these are some of other examples of reflex angle. If an angle which is we can say if a white ray is intersected through a prism, then then we can say, I have already discussed it, that it is converted into Vibgyor. What? Vibgyor. Vibgyor. Y G G Y O R. So these are seven colors which is scattered from prism. If we are making an angle, if we are making an angle with violet, so in this case the angle which is made could be a